Centers for Spiritual Living, Eugene. Whether you're here in person or attending virtually, you are welcome here. My name is Kathy Day, and I'm a practitioner here at the center. And thanks to my applications of the teachings of this center, I get to celebrate a happy Kathy Day every day. And it is my blessing to be able to do so. So right here and right now, I'd like you to take a deep breath, to breathe in the love that is all around you. Whether we recognize it at different moments of time or not, that love is always present. There is no place for it to go. It is always present right here, right now, within you, around you, within every cell of your body, within every bone and muscle and organ. There is this love. So breathe in love. And release anything you no longer need. Any old idea of what and who you are. For you are the infinite presence of the divine, the one life, the one power, expressing in, as, and through all creation. Is expressing through you now, and even when you don't remember, that love is still pouring through you. So relax your face and your head. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Relax your back and your belly. Relax your heart. Relax your hips and your thighs. Relax your knees and your calves. Relax your ankles and your feet, and send that relaxation and love all the way down to your toes, all the way down your arms and elbows and hands to your fingertips. Imagine you're walking on a beautiful autumn day. The weather is absolutely perfect. The sky is blue. The puffy clouds are drifting by. You are safe. You are surrounded by the beauty of nature. We give thanks for the lessons of nature as we watch the autumn leaves fall from the trees. They create a pile of confetti on the ground. And we wonder, what is the celebration for all this confetti? And we smile at being invited to the party, whatever it is. And again, as we watch the leaves drift easily and effortlessly from the tree, we know that the tree does not cling to or clutch onto the leaves. It lets go of them easily and effortlessly because they have served their purpose. And they're ready. They're ready to be converted into mulch, into fuel for next year's growth. And how perfect is that circulation of life through the cycle of the tree, to the leaf, to the mulch, to new growth for that tree. So we breathe in and we let go of Any leaves that are no longer serving us, we let go easily and effortlessly. And we watch as they drift down to the ground to be converted from the energy they were into the pure, sweet energy of life that comes flowing back to us for our use right here and right now. As we walk through this autumn day, we see the streams coming down and how bright and clear the pebbles are that have been washed from the waters coming by. All the rough edges are smoothed away. They are bright and shiny in the sun, and the water keeps flowing. And the water that we would step into now will never be the same. For there is always new water coming our way. We embrace the uniqueness of each and every tree, bush, shrub within the forest, every fern and every flower. Each is an expression of the divine, as are we. And each is unique and different. So we plant our feet firmly in the ground, and we allow the earth energy, this divine energy, to flow up into us, to fill us, so that we may grow as a greater expression of the divine. We let it flow through every artery and vein and capillary. We watch with reverence as it feeds skin and brain cells and grows hair and fingernails. It does all this stuff through us, for us, without a thought from us. The exchange of air, breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. And the trees take the carbon dioxide delightfully, hungrily, and there they are fed. And what they release to us is oxygen. What a perfect cycle. What a perfect flow. A perfect expression of the divine intelligence of creation to create these reciprocal systems that keep us both alive and flourishing. Breathe in love. We sit down on a nice log and listen to the water as it flows by. We listen to the sounds of the birds. We listen to the crunch as the creatures of the forest amble through onto the crunchy leaves. There is peace here, and we drink it in like a thirsty sponge. We allow the energy of the divine flow up through us, in us, out from us, in loving appreciation for the good that is here. We breathe in love breathe out gratitude for the gift of life, for the gift of a body, for the gift of this world to transverse in our bodies, to drink in the beauty, to see with awe the mountains and the rivers, the lakes and the oceans, all flowing with water, all trickling from one source, flowing into rivers and creeks and lakes and more creeks, till all the water finds its way through mist, through clouds, through flow to the ocean. And the ocean, the great clouds collect over the ocean and move inland to shower the mountains with water and snow and ice once more, so that it may run through the streams, through the rivers, through the lakes, through the creeks, back down to the sea again. But all along the way, it leaves life. Alongside every creek, trees grow. Life flourishes. In the midst of the mountains, the mosses are kept green and full of life. In the lakes, there are great pools, great gathering places for birds of all sorts, and trees gathering. All along its path, in all the forms it takes, there is growth. So we allow this Spirit to move through us, creating growth and expressive energy within our bodies. And this energy gets so full that the old shell of our existence, the old shell we knew ourselves to be, can no longer contain this great force of life that's expressing through us. So we allow the old shell to crack and fall away, revealing a greater expression of life and love, peace and power, beauty and joy through us and through our experience. We give thanks for the creative nature of Spirit moving through us. We give thanks for our participation in the creative process of the universe. And we allow the beauty and the grace to flow through us, out from us, into our world, to where our world and our concept of our world is bathed in light, bathed in love, saturated with peace. We know that Spirit works through us, in us, as it does through all creation. So this love goes on continually, effortlessly, easily, and we let it flow. We let it flow, and we let it be. gather up our energy for the day from all the places where we've left it, knowing that we have all the energy we require for our greater expression of life. And so it is. In this meditation.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and I have
Linda Lundry-Starr.
Reverend Linda Lundry-Starr as my other song leader for today. And we are grateful members of your Joy Note song leading team. If you are willing and able, please rise and sing a couple songs with us.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today.
Love!
I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of peace right now. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now. I'm choosing joy today.
And now
I'm singing
heaven.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today.
And so we are. If you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them. If you're at home watching us on the live stream for now and forevermore, know that we love you, we see you, we are sending our love to you, and know you are sending your love back to us as well. And now if you'll return to your seats, we'll start our second song.
So much excitement in the room this morning. Let's settle into our seats.
You are the heart, you are the hands,
You are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
we are. Please sing it to your neighbor.
We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world.
I am.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world.
I
A
am
blessing to the world.
And so it is. If you have any devices, please silence them now, and you can just turn the washing machine off if you're at home, because we don't need no more spin cycle. We're here to chill.
Good morning.
My name is Kathy Geeson. I'm presider of the day, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, whether you're here in person or those of you at home. I am so full of love and gratitude and joy. It's hard to even know what to say. Linda, in her email this week, said we'll be back to a normal Sunday after the conference Sunday closing last week. And you know, if you were here, you know what an amazing conference it was. And you know, our mission statement is that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use teaching of the science of mind to inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. And boy, did I feel more empowered after being at that conference all weekend. And it's stayed with me. And it's what I know is that I just need to keep coming back and hearing it and reading it and listening to it and just being filled with it to keep that empowerment, because like Linda says, the bad stuff doesn't happen to us. It does. It's how we react to it and how we deal with it. And these principles help us do that. So our global statement for this, we're going through them in the year. This is number 4. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. And if you use it, you'll know it is creative and it does work. Our presider of the day is Kathy Day, and before she comes up to start with an affirmative prayer, we are going to stand and sing together, We Are One.
Okay. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony. And peace has come, for we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one.
So right here and right now, we remember and acknowledge that there is one life, one power, one presence. It is spirit. It is divine intelligence. It is the universe. It is life. And it is expressing through, in, and as every single part and particle of creation. It is our life, our substance, and our form. And it moves through us and guides us and brings us always to our good. So this morning, as we gather together, we know that we are expressions of this life, that there's no way of getting around it, that we are one with all life. And we come together this morning to receive our good in whatever form that takes. And we know that this morning's message from Reverend Linda and our music and just the energy of your presence being right here and right now contributes to the good of this service as it unfolds in its divine perfection. We give thanks for the opportunity to be here, for the technology that allows us to watch it from afar. It is all a gift, and we give thanks. And I release this treatment to the one loving source of all that is, knowing it is so, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for setting the tone for today. We have an affirmation each month, and for the month of October, But we have one more Sunday next week. About this will be our fourth Sunday of repeating it. So I'll read it first, and then we can read it together if you choose. The universe is infinite abundance, constantly being, flowing, and expressing through all of creation. This is what I am made of, limitless good. Together? The universe is infinite abundance, constantly being, flowing, and expressing through all of creation. This is what I am made of, limitless good. Thank you. Linda's talk today is called Playing with Money, How to Play with Money, which is, we all would like to do. And she's going to talk to us about that. Who is holding high watch today? I guess all the practitioners, anybody who's here is holding high watch. And our music today, well, first of all, we thank Reverend Linda Lundy for filling in for Matt, who's gone today. So thank you very much. We enjoy having her. Hope to hear you sing again someday too, Linda. So our music today is by Russell and Mary, and I just know they're from Corvallis. I've loved every time they've been here. I can't tell you much more about them, but I know that their music together is beautiful, and we look forward to that gift of it this morning. So Russell and Mary.
Set the record straight. We're from Salem. Corvallis is lovely, but.
Do you ever get lost in a song? So we're halfway there, but we're still going to sing our meditation song today. So if you'll just sing along with me, and when we're done singing, if you'll close your eyes or have a downward gaze, and know that this is a safe space to develop meditation skills. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening.
Breathing in, breathing out. Letting go, letting God. I allow myself to just settle into the idea that the one power that created everything out of itself dwells in everything. And that includes me and the person next to me. And the building and the chair on which I sit, and the yard, and the trees, and the sky. All of it is spirit expressing. So all of it is sacred. Even that which looks less than beautiful to me, even behavior that seems less than loving to me, everyone and everything is this infinite life expressing as life. So I open my heart with wonder and allow love to fill it. Grateful to open to the truth of Spirit in all things. Grateful to open to the truth of Spirit within me. I let go. And I let God be God in me. And I let it be so. And so it is. Hi there. So lovely to see everybody. I'm like kind of over the moon today. Got a friend I haven't seen in 10 years who's in town visiting, who brought his friend in, and they're with us today. I've got as a book hoarder, my favorite bookseller is also here. Our practitioner who lives out of town is here today. It's like, woohoo! We are full of such wondrous good things going on, and all of you chose to be here today. And you there, yeah, you guys. So we're playing with the theme this month of finances. Whoop-de-doo, now there's a sacred theme for you. I'm sure that's what's running through a lot of people's head. Well, this year, the theme is living everyday wonder. The master teacher Jesus said we must become as little children. Well, the truth of little children is every day is wonder to them. Every day is, oh, what does this look like? What does this smell like? What does this taste like? What does this feel like? You know, if you've ever been around babies, they are constantly exploring, constantly looking, constantly checking things out. And somewhere we get domesticated out of that. Somewhere we get taught that it's inappropriate to run up and grab things and put them in our mouths and stuff like that. So, which may be a good idea, I'm not sure. But anyway, the truth is we're being asked to see that everything is sacred, that everything is something that is filled with wonder. The whole basic tenet of this teaching, everything that we believe grows out of this tenet, and it is that there is only one. There is only one of us. There is only one life. There is only one individual creative process and power, and everyone and everything is part of that. That's who we are. That's what we are. And so if what we call God is all there is, then it follows that everything is sacred. And as I said in the meditation, there are times when there are things we look at and we go, that can't be sacred. You know, when I'm on my walk and somebody didn't pick up their dog poop, that's still sacred. It's still part of the nature of life. Everything. And even those people on the TV that I like to yell at, they are all part of the one as well. Everything is sacred. God is all there is. God is the source. It's where everything comes from. It is the supply. It's all the stuff that's around us. And it's also the substance. And I think that's where we kind of get lost sometimes, is this too is God. What I do to myself, what I do to my property, what I do to the planet, I'm doing to spirit, because it's all sacred. And so we need to become aware of that when we have stories, because we have stories. What is sacred in this world to you? What is sacred? Your family, life, health?
My wife.
Your wife. Your wife is sacred.
My life.
Your life is sacred.
A horse.
Your horse. Your dogs. Everybody, we have sacred things, and the landscape is sacred. For me, trees are sacred. I discovered way back I'm a Druid. That's just who I am. I come from a long line of Druids, and I discovered I'm Scots, Irish, and German. So hell yes, I'm a Druid. Yes. But those are the things that are sacred. But what would make you uncomfortable calling it sacred? What do you have a story about that calling that thing sacred would make you really uncomfortable? Would make you, well, okay. We've been trained, many of us have been trained to carry judgment and shame and guilt around the subject of money. You know, we misquote the Bible and say money is the root of all evil, and it's not money that's the root of all evil. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil. It is the love of power that is the root of all evil. It is the love of stuff that is the root of all evil. It is not the thing itself. It's how we connect with it. And I want to share a story about bias and how it becomes so much a part of us that we don't even realize we have it. We have stuff within us that we think, that we believe, that we know, that we base our life on, that we're not even conscious of. If I were to say this or this, like, oh no, I'm not that, and then when you react to something, you react in that very way. Because it's intrinsic in our domestication, where we grew up. I want to share a story about Raymond Charles Barker. Raymond Charles Barker was a religious science minister. He was one of the founders of modern-day religious science. He was in New York. He was a very distinguished man, a gentleman, big guy, elegantly dressed, shock of white hair, had a church in New York, and was very cosmopolitan, very, very devoted to this teaching. Wrote a fabulous book called The Power of Decision, which I love giving classes on, one of the best. Said it's kind of like having a New York uncle. You know, he talks really straight. Well, he came out on stage one day, all elegantly dressed, and reached into his pocket and pulled out a sheaf of $100 bills. He said, "This is money. I love money." And then he picks it up and he kisses it. And everybody's kind of going, you know, what? Yeah. And this is what he said, and I copied it down because I wanted to get it correct, because just the very thought of somebody taking $100 bills and holding them up happily and then kissing them, think about what places in your mind and where they went. If you had any thought of revulsion, repulsion, or judgment about money, money heard you. Why would money go where it's not loved? Why would you not love the symbol of your freedom? Now imagine if I had a little boy up here and I held him up and said, this is my grandson. I love my grandson, and proceeded to kiss him. If you thought any differently about me loving money and me loving my grandson, you were programmed that it's not okay to love money. I have to admit, when I read the story and I'm going, kissed money, ooh, you know, of course my grandmother was in there going, it's dirty, you know. All the people's hands that have been on that, you know. But the bottom line being, our thoughts create our reality. Our thoughts are how we create the world of our effects. Our thoughts determine what comes to us and goes from us. And why would anything that I felt revulsion about want to come to me? unless I loved being revolted by it, you know. There are things when there is that whole thing of that which we focus on grows, and if I focus on my distaste for, what will happen is this taste stuff will show up. But money is simply an effect. It's a response of our consciousness, and it creates in the world. That's what it does. That's what our thinking does. Our thinking and our beliefs and our structure of ways of thinking about things and doing things creates the reality of our life. It creates the experience that I'm having. And if I don't like the world that I look at, I have to go to the cause. And that cause isn't out there in the world. That cause is in me. That cause is what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm knowing, what I am saying. It's like if I don't like the reflection in the mirror, I can paint the mirror and the mirror will look really pretty good. But who I am hasn't changed at all. And another mirror will show me who I really am. So rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic is not going to help the boat stay afloat. We have to go within. We have to look at ourselves. We have to look at our beliefs. We have to look at what we are doing and where we are going to determine what is going on. Our attitude impacts the presence of anything in our lives, be it money, be it power. We have a lot of people right now who are hungry to retain power, who want the power and what comes with it. But they're not part of doing it in a way that is equitable and real. And if I do things at all costs, I'm telling the universe who I am. I'm telling myself who I am. You know, there's never nobody watching because I am always present. Whatever I am doing, I'm there. And whatever I do when no one else is around tells me who I think I am. If I would cheat in private, even though I think I'm not a cheat, I'm cheating. So it's all about where we are and what is the story we're doing. The whole point to this, there was some really good quotes in the outline that we got this week, and I wanted to share a bit with you because this is a way of reprogramming, doing new neurotransmissions within us, of thinking differently about things that we're not even conscious we think that way about until a story comes up and we go, ew. You know, did you think you disliked money that much until I told you the story about him kissing the money and then you went, ew? You know, that's an energy that we're giving out that we're not even aware that we have. There's a nonprofit called Thrivent Financial that uses the phrase, money is a tool, not a goal. Money is not what we want. We want what money will do for us. We want the home, we want the food, we want the entertainment, we want the clothes. We want whatever it might be that can give us, but it's a tool. When we recognize that we have the privilege of using this divine idea in the mind of God, money, as a tool to express the nature of the divine, we open to its sacredness as well as our own and the world. It gives me freedom to have a Patreon account that I pay a little bit to a couple of people whose work I really admire, and every month there's an automatic $50 takeout that goes to these people. I pay for the Oregon Environmental Fund. I pay to a progressive alliance. There are things that I just automatically, and having money allows me to support these things that I believe in, to give to causes that I love. To allow God's circulation in the form of money to happen in our life, we must love money, not in a fear-based, hoarding and clinging way, but as we love all of God. We must release old beliefs and stories that have hampered this flow. Money is as spiritual as everything else, and like everything else, it is an effect that shows up as the cause that is our consciousness directs it. I choose love. I choose grace. I choose giving. And to be able to do all those things, I need to choose money. Not as the goal, but as the tool that allows me to give more to the world. That allows me to be in the flow of life. It's not pie. If I get more, you don't get less. If you get more, I don't get less. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of energy. There's plenty of God everywhere. And it is sacred because it's a tool. It is sacred because it allows us to give from our hearts to that which feeds us. We don't need to flaunt our money. We don't need to hide our money. We simply need to be with it. We need to free ourselves from thought cages. I have built a few thought cages in my life. I have built a few places where I have set limits around myself, whether it be comfort zones or fear of looking foolish. I got teased a lot as a little kid. And so the idea of looking dumb in front of others terrifies me. I'm 73 frickin' years old, and I'm still scared of looking dumb, doing something stupid. That's a thought cage that I have built. And those of you who know me think, well, gosh, you just kind of do everything, Linda. And you know, that's oftentimes that's a persona. Because inside I'm going, you know, and I think we're all like that to a degree. I saw I've told you guys about this before, but I saw a cartoon of all these people walking down the street, and they've got little thought bubbles over their head. And every single thought bubble from every single person says, all these people have it so together. What's wrong with me? And I think that's where we are. We're all one in that, just like we're all one in our greatness, and it's our greatness that terrifies us. What if I succeed? What if I try this and I do really well? What if I grow? What if I received enough money to feel comfortable with where my life was going and what I could do for others? I've had a fun week. My car died right before the conference last week. And I went out and rented a car, and I have to tell you, it was almost $500. Renting cars is not what it used to be. It was almost $500 to rent a car for 5 days. And I said, okay, you know, I bite the bullet. I have to do it, you know, and I just put out, I said, I didn't ask for anything but prayer. I said, prayer warriors, you know, give me a hand with this. I have to tell you, last weekend, people handed me $800. Which paid for the car and paid for the DMV work to get my new license, to get my license plate from the old car onto here, onto my new car, which I've got a new car. And then my phone died. And you know, it's been one roller coaster after another. I am so grateful for this teaching because, as Kathy said, being a religious scientist, this was Dr. Kennedy Schultz, who was ordained by Raymond Charles Barker. He founded the Atlanta Church, And he said, being a religious scientist does not mean that nothing bad ever happens to you. It means you know how to deal with it when it does. You don't let it define you. You go, okay, here's this experience. How am I going to ride through it? And so I'm just knowing with all my heart that my beautiful car that served me for 20 years is going to find a new home and is not going to be junked. And that my new phone is finally arriving. And that everything that needs to unfold is unfolding perfectly as this center is growing and returning to its new iteration as we stand on the first 50 years of our old iteration. We're at the beginning of something new. Money is a tool to that, but so is social consciousness, so is social capital. Spiritual coin, as Dr. Holmes calls it sometimes, the price of spiritual coin, of knowing instead of fearing, of trusting the flow instead of bemoaning the condition. I would like to share with you, I don't know if there's even any of these left. There's the new one, but there's the November one is in the bookstore. But this morning I was reading this, and it's Dr. Holmes in this thing called You with Jesse Jennings as well. We must learn to become consciously aware of the divine presence and the divine power, the wholeness of truth, of love, of reason, and of sound mind. Instead of dwelling on negative thoughts, cause our minds to dwell on peace and joy. Know that the power of the invisible spirit is working in and through us now, at this very moment. And then Dr. Jennings says, to enter the absolute is to carry our minds to a place where the facts are not only unproblematic, but there literally are no facts to carve up the undivided whole. At the level of the absolute, there are no facts. There is simply the whole. There is simply the entirety. There is simply unformed purity. Spirit knows only itself, not denominations or compartments of itself. It's our human business to particularize it. It's our spiritual business to revisit it in the absolute for refreshment and rejuvenation. So we live our physical lives in this physical world. We cannot live in the absolute. We live in the physical world, but our spiritual practice is to go and return to the absolute, to that place where all of this is just a story being told, where all there is, as Andy Anderson taught us last week, if nothing is impossible, then everything is possible. And that's living in the absolute. And the more time we spend practicing the absolute, the simpler our particularized daily life in humanity becomes, because we realize this is just an experience I am having. This is not who I am. My dear friend Hope, who was a physician, used to tell her clients, even before she found our teaching, it's not my heart condition, my diabetes, my cancer. It is the experience I'm having. So when you have a condition, you've been prescribed a condition, or you're diagnosed with a condition, call it the cancer, the heart condition, the diabetes, because it's not yours. It's not you. It's not what defines you. It's an experience you are having. And the more your consciousness knows this, the more your experience unfolds in it. We had someone yesterday at the practitioner meeting tell us that she was told that her kidney numbers could never improve by her doctor. You know, that just won't happen. You know, they're just going to get worse and worse and worse. And they have increased and improved by 25% in the last year after she went into deep meditation and changing eating habits and exercise and doing things, because she quit owning the diagnosis and owned her health. This is who we are. This is what we can do. We are magical beings. We are mighty moving forces of God, as Dr. J. Scott Neal used to say, and that is who we are, and that is what we are. And money is a part of that. It's not the be-all, end-all, and for those of you this is your first time, this is not what we talk about every week. We're talking about different aspects of life all year long, but this month, finance is a sacred part of life because it is a tool for how we live in the world. And so basically, I think my homework for you guys is to ask yourself the question, how can I use this tool to build a better world? How can I use this tool to build a better world? If I'm planning on the really beautiful things I can do with this beautiful tool of money, it will start flowing to me because I'm thinking of positive ways in which I can use it and affirming ways in which I can use it. Even if I've already got a good flow of money, I can increase it to do more good in the world. And so I just invite you. Everything is possible. How can I use this tool to improve my world and the world around me? I love you all. Thank you. And I've been asked by the production team upstairs if everybody at the podium they can adjust the volume. Please don't adjust the microphone. She's a little bit touchy, so we just, it's her time of the month, so we don't want to mess with her.
All right, can I have a step stool, though?
You're good.
Oh, she's going to
Yeah, she's
pray
going to
first.
bless the offering
I don't know why I
first.
get all excited.
Yeah, I know. Radiant, you need a little more enthusiasm. That's all I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm now, our lovely practitioner of the day, Kathy Day, is coming up to bless the offering, and then we will sing the offering song. And as soon as we finish the offering song, Russell and Mary will do another beautiful number for us. So as they're singing the offering song, you can kind of just be wandering up here and do that once she finishes blessing. And I want to thank Ona for holding high watch today.
Wow, I feel great. What a wonderful teaching, and what a wonderful opportunity to express myself. So this is our time of giving. There's going to be all kinds of different ways that you can give up there, and I'm not going to go through those because I just want to tell you the good part of giving is to give from the fullness. Give from the fullness of your heart. And hold your gift in your hand and over your heart. And just know that I give with love from the fullness of my prosperity to show my appreciation for the good that is happening right here and right now. And I know that this gift I give does wonderful work within this center and beyond, for it is all part of the great circulation of life that flows through me, flows to me, and flows into the world in good and gracious and wonderful ways. I release and I let go, and know it is so, and so it is.
Naomi!
Everything in this world goes around, knowing with abundance it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks give thanks. We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for everything. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks
For everything. All right, now we have Russell and Mary. Sit back and enjoy.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Russell and Mary. Russell Rasmussen and Mary B. England. So. And I've got to get some photos of you, so next time you play, I have photos of you for our Facebook page, because I couldn't find any, so we'll talk later. We'll work on that. So we've come to that point in the service that all of you look forward to each week. I know it is announcements. And it is time for us. This is how we let you know what's going on in our community. This is how we let you know. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day. It says the professor says it's in the syllabus. The minister says it was on the website, it was in the weekly newsletter, it was on our Facebook page, we sent it out on Instagram, it's been in the bulletin, and we've announced it every Sunday from the pulpit. To which I would add, and we also have flyers in the bathroom stalls. So, yeah. But I know you couldn't possibly have seen it, so here it is. So today is the annual membership meeting. And we are going to be voting to elect 2 new members, re-elect 1 member who's been appointed, and to elect a new member to the Board of Trustees. We need at least 15 of you to stay so we have a quorum so we can do business. So please, we have got, I ordered some churros, or I have some churros there, and I think Astrid was going to put those out, and Astrid did. And I think Linda's ordering some pizza, or Donna's ordering some pizza. So we'll have munchies here, so you're not going to starve from 12 to 1, okay? You'll be okay. Trust me, I'm your preacher. I know these things. We're all good. Tuesdays at 10:30 is the men's coffee at Alon Brothers Coffee Shop, which is in 5th Street Market. Bruce and Leonard are in charge of that, and it's a good place to be. Sandy Chavez is still doing the mysticism of global awareness. It's going to be a book study group. Right now, it's just everybody getting to know one another with their cultural differences. So you are invited, please, if this speaks to you in any way, come. It's not too late to join the group and be part of creating greater things. Next, that's not next week. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, Z. Egloff and Melissa Felipe will be here. On Saturday, they're doing an Enneagram workshop from 10 to 3. And then on Sunday, they're going to be doing the service. They're taking over the service, doing music, the talk, the whole Megillah. So the 1st of November is a magical weekend. I need all of you to show up and invite. If you've got any friends you're wanting to invite and you weren't quite sure, this would be a great way to kind of introduce them. And then, my phone is broken, so I can't be looking at my phone. Okay, this is, we're having the 13th, the Sunday the 13th, we're having a fundraising concert for the production room. Matt, Mo, and Paul will be here that Sunday as the band, and then following the service, they will do the basics. And we're having different people do 15 to 20-minute sets. And we're going to advertise it to the community at large. Phoebe just had to cancel because she realized she's going to be in Portland going to Carmen, which I don't blame her. So she hasn't seen it in 25 years, so that's good. But Linda Lundry will be part of it, and Haley is working it out so that she can probably be here. So we're going to be doing this. This is a great way also to invite your friends to our community for a concert of some of the great local artists that we've got. So put that on your calendar as well.
What time?
It's right after the service, so it'll start about 12:30.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you hadn't noticed, there's all kinds of opportunities to serve here. We need greeters. We require bookstore people. We require more people in the production room. The grounds people are pretty well set up, but we can always use more people there. Kitchen angels. If we're going to start having activities after the service, we need kitchen angels. We've had issues where people have gone into the social hall and played and then just left their stuff for the fairies, I guess, to clean up. And our fairies abandoned us years ago, so we don't have any magical house cleaning fairies. I don't know what we did wrong, but we irritated them in some way. Yeah, there you go. But anyhow, and then I want to thank Meredith Farrell and Kimmer Morrison for the artwork.
If I may make a quick little announcement, if you know someone who does art, or you do art and you would like to display it here in our center, if you would reach out to Ellen Gabehart. Ellen, will you stand up?
Yay!
And she would be happy to help you find a way to display your art.
Yeah, we put artwork up for 2 months, and if you ask, we will set up a a debut night and have it open to the public as well. So with coffee and wine and other little nice munchy things. So all right, now practitioner of the day. Up. And we have, like I said, we have extra practitioners today because we got somebody from out of one of our locals who phones in.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that there's this fabulous service that we have here where we do these miracle minutes after the service with a practitioner. And if you've never availed yourself of that before, it's a wonderful opportunity to have a fuller, greater expression of whatever in your life, whether it be more peace, more joy, wild adventure. I had somebody do a treatment for me once for a trip to Hawaii, and within 2 days I was getting stuff in the mail, and the whole trip was just magical and expanded and unfolding. So it's like, take advantage of this opportunity. We have several practitioners here today. If the practitioners will stand up and introduce yourselves. You want to start, Reverend Liz? And Kathy Day. I will be up here. The other practitioners will be up near the windows. Grab one. And then also you can put, if you have to race out of here, put a prayer request in. There's a bowl and forms in the entryway. There's also online, which I've used many times. Like, you got something going on and you just want to send a quick, like, support me in prayer on this. Take advantage of that. Just go to our website and fill out the form. You'll be happy that you did. So thank you.
And now if you'll all rise so we can sing our closing song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with to be with God as creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
If you choose, please repeat after me. Money is a tool. And I'm using it. And so it is.